Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Captain. You'll have to miss part of it. I have a bunch of slideshows that I want you guys to see, and I want you guys to experience these slideshows with me. Okay, so I was originally just gonna talk at you, like I usually do with the rain rundown. I was originally just gonna talk at you. So, but then I decided, you know what? I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. And I don't know why I'm making this so melodramatic, but it's slideshow night. It's the rain rundown. But first, I want to say hi to Dr. Janelli and Dr. Wilson. I'm pretty much going to send them this VOD and hope for the best, honestly. Dr. Janelli and Dr. Wilson, my viewers are in an ad break right now, so you might see some chatters, you might not see some chatters later on. What's rain rundown? Is it how Cades use things or to you and your family? No, you literally were the Kush. You were literally the one who came up with the rain rundown. And yes, his name is actually Kush, Dr. Chinelli, Dr. Wilson, not just specifically a weed joke. That's like, and Cade's my brother. Okay. Good. Let's talk Kush. Not actually you Kush, but we're gonna talk about Kush, right? The devil's lettuce, the ganja. We're gonna talk about cannabis sativa. Specifically, Dr. Wilson, I love house. What are you talking about? I know, that's you, Kush. What is... Yippee! We're gonna talk about two kind of chemicals that go on in weed, cannabis sativa, and I picked these two things because I think they're funny. And I thought I could put a funny spin on it where it could be entertaining to you guys. You should feel so famous. Can I smoke my ganja during stream right now? Oh, of course. It's only like, it only makes sense that you would. Hold on, let me put you guys over here instead. You are infamous. So we're gonna do it this way instead so you can see the whole slide. But we're gonna talk chemical drama in the terpene world. And if you smoke weed, you probably have heard the word terpene, like terpenes. It's essentially just like a word for like volatile chemicals in weed. People use them when they're not supposed to use them. People use them when they are supposed to use them. I want to talk about two terpenes specifically because I think they're funny. It's spelled wrong, really? That's funny as fuck. I spelled ganja wrong? That's funny. It's fine. This isn't... I'm not turning in the slideshow. I'm turning in the VOD itself. So, hopefully it's fine. But I want to talk about the Winx Club of the terpene world of... Do you know what Winx Club is? It's like 6 fairy queens who save the world with their fairy magical powers, and this terpene chart kind of goes over the 6 Winx Club terpene members in cannabis, right? Oh, the bod. That's gonna be so sad. I know, I'm sorry. It is gonna be pretty sad. Gangster. Oh my gosh, Cade! That's my brother. But this is Winx Club terpenes, guys. These are the main kind of 6 that you think of when you're like, when you want a strain to act a certain way. This is like the main 6 things, like humulene, limonene, linol, alpha-pinene. That's going to give you... I'm specifically going to talk about humulene in this, but this, like, each of these things are what makes weed so relaxing and have those psychoactive properties. I'm gonna pop an edible and lose my mind to stream. You should. You should. So, I'm specifically gonna talk about humanol because this shit pisses me off, but it kind of has that pain relief, it has a sedative, it's also in like basil and sage, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty good, but it has strains called sour diesel and wedding cake, which I feel is really, really weird. Group ganja session starts when? Right now. Yeah, exactly. You gotta start now, dude. You gotta start now. I'm already talking about the terpenes. And this is from CannabisTrainingUniversity.com. So you know that this video, these are the main 6 Winx Club members of the terpene family when you're talking about cannabis. So even if you're not a chemist, you probably have heard or look for cannabis with these things in it. I'm going to talk about a little bit about humulene. I'm going to talk about humulene specifically as it pertains to Aisha. You may not know who Aisha is, bro, but Aisha, she is one of the prettiest Winx Club members, but she's also the most useless one because her ability is waves. What the fuck does that mean? And you may be thinking, okay, why is this important? I'll get to that, but I just need you in your brain to think Aisha is humulene when you're talking about cannabis terpenes, okay? That's it. That's just what's happening. And this is how humulene's made, okay? You start with your average DMAPP, and then you're gonna go with your phosphoryl diphosphate. Humulene is a sesquiterpene. You don't have to know what that is. It essentially means it has 15 carbons, and that's it. But it's responsible for like appetite suppressant when you smoke weed. It helps with anti-inflammatory shit. It's used a lot in like flavoring beer, which is super cool. But the reason that it does inflame, you don't have to know this. I just have to. This is for Dr. Chanelli and Dr. Wilson right now. But the funny part hopefully comes at some point. But it stops inflammation by stopping the production of cytokines in prostaglandins, which are the things that cause a lot of like inflammation in people, which is not always why. But it's also what contributes to weed stink, okay? It does, because it's volatile, which means at air temperature it kind of like evaporates out, so the shit that you're smelling when you smell weed is a combination of different terpenes, including humulene. So you can contribute terpenes for that. So yeah, I'm just showing off how smart I am, how bougie my big brain is, you know. So this is why she's volatile. Okay, you're smelling terpenes. And specifically I wanted to talk about like humulene. It comes and it like gets formed at the end of like the weed, like outside of the weed plant in these trichome thingies, because it's so volatile, it can start to damage weed like cells actually. So the weed stores it kind of outside of its own body in these special like multicellular things called granular trichomes. But so this is where it is. Edible has been popped. Good. We're almost done, dude. And okay. We're almost done, and you're not gonna feel it until the stream is already on to something else. But you might be thinking, what the hell is this weird stock trichome then? There's something even cooler in there, you know? It's literally the best Winx Club member ever. Her name's Roxy, also known as Delta 3 Carnine. And you might be thinking, Rain, why the fuck would I care about Delta 3 Carnine? Because we already have the big 6. We already have the big 6 trichomes. I mean, not trichomes, terpenes. Why do I have to know about this other character, Roxy? Her ability is literally to talk to animals, and she's not in the big 6. And Aisha is weird. It's weird. Like, she obviously should be in the big 6, just like I think Delta 3 Carnine should be in the big 6, okay? She gets built over here as she's a monoterpene, so she gets built in these like stalked ones instead of these ones which are like closer to the surface. They don't have this like extra neck. I don't know. It doesn't have this extra neck thing. So Roxy is not even talked about, even though she is literally so cool. She's a monocyclic terpene, um, also known as a monocyclic. You don't have to know that. A monoterpene just essentially means that it has like 10 carbons. It's made with 2, blah blah blah. But it is actually responsible for cotton mouth. I know. I'm so sorry. You're like, I fucking hate Roxy. Why are you trying to make me want to add Roxy? Wait, to clarify, weed makes me talk to animals? Exactly. Exactly. You get a strain with this Delta 3 carine, you'll talk to animals. You'll talk to animals. And you'll have cotton mouth and probably irritated eyes, right? And so you may hate this, but you know what? She has so many better qualities. Because she's literally better at everything. She's literally better at everything. She's a better anti-inflammatory, so much so that she can help with chronic, like, joint problems. She helps with Alzheimer's. She helps with bone health. She helps with fungal infections. She's even been known to do insulin resistance, bitch. Help with seizures. Can help it when you're having allergy problems and memory retention. And also can help with bone health. It helps to remineralize your bones. And you know, Dr. Chinelli and Dr. Wilson don't know this, but I guess I'm telling you right now. But I have a thing where they can redeem me taking vitamins, and I take consistently magnesium and calcium, because girls gotta have strong bones. So mineral health is very important to me, you know? So why are we not talking more about my girl Roxy? Like, come on. It's also volatile, because it's also in things like basil. Anything that smells aggressive, so like grapes and basil and like things like rosemary, that's gonna be your terpenes. Beta carotene is also volatile. That's why it's in a tricone, you know. That's why it smells interesting. Oh my god, you actually redeemed. Yeah, it's actually some good shit then. So I don't know why we aren't breeding more for the beta carotene. Where did my calcium go? Hold on. He redeemed the vitamin check, so now I have to take some vitamins. This is the calcium. Surprised they haven't redeemed that I take off my glasses yet. But period. I took my calcium. You're welcome. So it's like, and it's made from the same fucking pathway. So if we were to breed more humulene, why are we not breeding more carine, even though it's like made from the same thing? This is literally the same diagram that I just showed you, but instead of humulene, which is down here, it's carine, which is like an isomer. It's not an isomer because it has more hydrogens here, but we can pretend. And this is kind of how you make it. But you guys don't need to know that. Dr. Chinelli and Dr. Wilson need to know this stuff, and I think it's pretty cool, but you guys don't need to know this, so I won't go in super deep about it. Dr. Wilson of House watching this, encouraging as I referred back to the same show again and making a calcium break. I hope he mentions me in your grade. What the fuck are you talking about? Did the weed already hit you? Because what the hell? So, this is my petition for Roxy to join the Winx Club. And if we need to only have 6, get rid of Aisha, get rid of Humulene, okay? Put in this Delta carine, okay? Because why not? It's better at everything. And that is, you want to hear about weed chemistry? Actually? Hold on. Okay, let's go through it then. I'm not going to talk about the MEV and MAP like pathways, but essentially after photosynthesis photosynthesis, you get kind of like a byproduct, and also after like the glucose pathway, you get like a byproduct that can go into making these terpenes. So it's actually pretty close after photosynthesis. There's only like one or two pathways like total before you get to this, which I think is pretty cool. Like, it's not like a later thing, but after the MEV and MAP pathways, I think that's wrong, but I already had the test on it, so don't dog me points, please. You essentially are gonna get these things called, what are they called? You're gonna get kind of like a, why am I blanking on what this is? Anyways, you're gonna get a DAPP. You're gonna take off the PP at some point, and you're gonna get two of these DMAPPs, and you're gonna go. Wait, hold on. I think I just had a stroke. You're gonna get 3 of them. You're gonna get 3 of these DMAPPs, and that's where you're gonna get these 15 carbons. Each of these DMAPPs, it's gonna give you 5 carbons. Okay, so you're gonna get these 5 carbons, and you're just gonna stack them. You're gonna keep stacking them until you get 15, and that's what makes a like sesquiterpene, and that's what's gonna get us to our hemylene. And it goes through a bunch of different like cation exchanges and additions and subtractions and blah 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 blah. And bro, you did not just say that. My ex tried to take off my PP. That is a story for another time, but you are gonna need to tell me that, because what? And so at this splitting point right here is kind of where we're gonna get our differences between humulene and chlorophyll cation, which this chlorophyll cation is what's going to get us to our carine. So instead of like this, oh, I didn't mean to do that. How do I go back? Wait, what the fuck? Instead of this little cation here closing across and connecting here, it like takes a hydrogen off of here and makes a double bond instead, and that's what's going to give us our humulene. But if not, it's going to make this kind of cation, and then these hydrogens can add, and it can go further on and make all of these kinds of things. These are just a bunch of kind of chemistry mechanisms, which you would need to know if you took organic chemistry, but I'm not going to like go through it unless you wanted me to, but I don't know why you would. But limonene and carine are actually also really important in a lot of different vegetables and a lot of different things, including like basil, lemons, grapes, some reason. Like a lot of these are very important terpenes, and I don't know why they're not talked about more specifically in cannabis, but alright. That's my presentation. We need Roxy. Roxy's better than all of it, but I do actually wanna just show you real fast. If you want to know more, I do actually have I did do a worksheet. I made kind of like a worksheet document with like all the sources and stuff on that. Like, this is my paper that I wrote, and these are like the sources that I use. So if you want to know that, you can DM me on Discord and I will send it to you. I don't know why you would want to know that information, but in case you did, I'll probably send it to Dr. Chinelli and Dr. Wilson on their own. But yeah, that's the presentation, and it only took 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop the VOD probably here and send it to Dr. Chinelli and Dr. Wilson, but I'll continue on. These are some really interesting ideas. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. I tried to make it fun, but it's also kind of hard